This is BBC News 24. I'm Chris Eakin.
And I'm Brenda Patterson. The troubled TV company ITV Digital is reported to be on the verge of applying to be put into administration. The company has warned it can't afford to meet its payments to the Football League for rights to show matches. It's in 11th hour talks with the Football League to try to negotiate a new lower price deal to show nationwide league matches. It's expected the application will be heard at the High Court this afternoon.
A show-busy launch full of optimism in 1998 under the name On Digital. It promised viewers a package of channels via a simple set-top box, but it struggled to attract enough customers. A relaunch as ITV Digital earlier this year won plaudits for the advertising, but has failed to solve the financial problems.
Good monkey. Once upon a time, there was a big thing called On Digital. One day, it changed its name to ITV Digital. The end. A good night.
A £315 million football deal has crippled the company. Fans of nationwide league clubs have been reluctant to pay to watch. The Football League says the clubs are relying on the money, but ITV Digital has claimed it can no longer pay. There are underlying problems, a failure to attract subscribers. ITV Digital has only around 1.2 million viewers compared to almost 6 million for Sky Digital. There's also been a downturn in advertising, and piracy of the technology has meant subscription cards being sold illegally, losing the company even more money. ITV Digital has now taken its standoff with the Football League to the brink. Its shareholders, Carlton and Granada, are no longer willing to bail it out. But the Football League also has a great deal to lose. Whether a compromise can be reached will depend on the terms of the deal being offered. Bronwyn Jeffries, BBC News.
Well, our business correspondent Russell Hayes joins us now from outside ITV Digital's headquarters in South London. Well, Russell, are things still happening behind the scenes to try to prevent the company going into administration?
You bet your life are. I mean, this channel advertised by a monkey, but it's made a monkey of both its major shareholders, Granada and Carlton. This huge deal that they've signed for rights to show nationwide Football League matches is basically causing the company to bleed to death. Behind me, executives in here are working feverishly to try and reach a last-minute deal. I understand that there are negotiations going on somewhere with the Football League, last-minute negotiations now to try yet again to reach some sort of compromise. What I understand is that the Football League has said that it might accept, it must have a £90 million payment which is due this August. That's the normal scheduled payment, but that it is willing to negotiate the £90 million that's involved in the August afterwards, that there may be some other way of getting around that. Now, that's still far higher than what ITV Digital is offering, but it is the first sign that the Football League is willing to accept the principle of renegotiating its contract. Now, I understand from my colleagues who are standing outside the High Court, where at 3 o'clock this afternoon there was due to be a hearing to put this company into administration, that nobody from ITV Digital has so far turned out. So it looks like that hearing may not be going ahead and the last-minute negotiations are continuing.
Now, would a financial deal that both sides were happy with, should it be reached today, is that going to save ITV Digital in the long term?
Well, if they can renegotiate a contract that is satisfactory to both sides, and that, I must stress, is still a very long way off. What we have now is the first sign that the Football League is willing to accept the principle, which it has so far not accepted, of renegotiating this contract, but they're still really, frankly, a million miles apart on agreeing something. If they can agree, then it would save ITV Digital, but I really think it's far too early in that process to be hopeful.
If I can just tell you, Russell, that you won't know this, but we've just heard that 3 representatives from ITV Digital have arrived at the High Court and said they are going to make this application, so presumably the talking with the Football League has got nowhere.
Well, there you are. That was interesting that they hadn't turned up. They clearly have been negotiating right up to the wire. It is clear that then, if they're proceeding with this, that they now cannot reach a negotiated settlement, so this company will go into administration. Now, if you're watching this on ITV Digital, you may well be wondering what's going to happen to your picture. There's no question at this stage that the plugs will be pulled. It simply means that this company, currently run by the directors here, will be run by administrators who will come in here, and they will continue to run it in the short term with a view to either closing it down or selling off the assets and a number of other options. So your screens won't go blank, but it does now look like this is the end of this troubled company into which Carlton and Granada have poured a huge £800 million since it was born, and have yet to make a profit out of it.
Russell, there's a lot more to talk about on this story. I'm sure we'll be talking to you later this afternoon, but thank you very much for that for the moment.